Chances are you've either had the flu this winter or you know people who did, and those people may have been seniors. They were high risk. Would it surprise you to know there is an uber flu shot out there that your parents or grandparents can't get unless they want to pay for it? Joining us this evening is a guest who wants to change all that, and he needs your help. Anthony Quinn, welcome to What She Said.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
You are the Director of Operations and Public Affairs for CARP, which stands for...
It's the Canadian Association of Retired Persons. We don't use it as an acronym anymore, but anyone who is concerned about the issues of Canadians as we're aging is welcome to join our group.
And you don't have to be retired, and you can be 50, right? And 50 and over is kind of your area of expertise?
Yes, the teenagers aren't running to join our group, but anyone who wants to join is welcome.
How serious can the flu be for seniors across Canada, and how serious has it been?
Well, in years past, it's been extraordinarily detrimental to seniors. We know that as seniors are aging, their immune systems decline naturally. So when you have something like the flu that can spread quickly amongst people enclosed in a small group, like a long-term care home, it can be extremely devastating.
What kind of numbers do you have?
Well, we look at numbers from years past, and we've seen thousands and thousands of cases. This year, the numbers have been highest in BC and Alberta, where they've had thousands of outbreaks and hundreds of deaths.
Well, it always seems to me that the current flu shot, there's always an announcement that says, we missed a strain. So how effective is the current flu shot?
Well, this year they had a spot-on strain. It's the H3N2 virus that is spreading across Canada, and they predicted accurately this year. So whoever got the flu shot this year had the highest chance of being protected.
But the fact is that you say that the flu shot for seniors only protects them to a small degree.
Yeah, as we age, the flu shot becomes less effective for us. So those over 65, the flu shot will go down to as low as 26% effectiveness.
So how effective is the new flu shot? Tell us about this new flu shot that is available.
So within the last year, the government of Canada has approved a higher dose flu shot that's called Fluzone Highdose. And that's now available in Canada through your pharmacist. And it is up to 24% more effective for Canadians over age 65. So if you're looking at a declining immune system for those of us who are aging, this new strain or this new vaccine is 24% more effective for older Canadians.
And it's how much more percentage than free?
I think it retails between $85 and $100.
Whoa, $85 and $100 Canadian.
Yes.
So does any kind of private insurance help cover it? Is there any coverage of that?
No, and most people, as they hit age 65, are leaving their private insurance providers. So it's up to someone to pay out of their pockets, yes.
So this would also be great for people who have asthma, people who have autoimmune disease, all kinds of people. And yet they're begging you to go into a drugstore and get a free flu shot, but this one is not covered. Why? Yeah,
the province does provide in Ontario a flu shot for anyone who wants it through your pharmacist, through your family doctor. And it's a great preventative medicine for all of us, whether you're protecting yourself or others around you from the flu. But the province hasn't yet seen it fit to pay for this new vaccine, which would be more beneficial to seniors.
Well, that at first blush, that makes absolutely no sense to me, because then if more seniors are going to get the flu, they're going to end up in hospital. It's going to cost the system more to take care of them and treat them there than it would to fund the $85 flu shot in the first place.
And that's our point. We think that the government will have beneficial effects in savings to the healthcare system if they will fund this for those over 65. They've recently funded the vaccine for shingles for those aged 65 to 70, and they find that's going to be a cost savings to the system, and the flu shot would do even more.
Well, my question would be, is this just sort of arbitrary? Because the current flu shot costs X amount to make. Who knows? Maybe it costs retail $85. So this one is just a different one. Maybe it's $10 more, but it just makes no sense.
Well, I understand there's about 3 times as much antigen in this new high-dose flu shot, and it's about 3 times more that the province would have to pay for the cost. So there are costs associated with it.
So it is, but it's so unusual to say that the USA has had access to a better vaccine for over 65 years covered by Medicare.
I think that's the most shocking thing, our members, when they find out that you can get it if you're an American living in the States where they have a Medicare system for those over age 65, but it's not available to our seniors in Canada.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think of what an emergency visit costs our healthcare system, it used to be $800. I think now it's probably more. $100 flu shot would offset that.
And that's the retail price. So the government of Canada would get it or Ontario would get it at a much lower rate if they would order enough vaccines for the entire age 65 plus population.
So, Anthony, what is the situation across the country in terms of is anybody covering it? Is any provincial government covering it?
No one's covering it right now. In fact, not all provinces pay for the flu shot for everyone the same way Ontario does. Some long-term care homes are doing trials to see how it affects their own populations in long-term care centers, and they're paying for it themselves or the drug company is doing tests with them. But right now, everyone who wants the flu shot either pays out of their pocket or they use the regular strain that everyone has available to them.
Now, when you have an issue like this, how successful is your organization in putting pressure on the government? Just because we have listeners who probably have parents or grandparents who may be at risk, and what can we do?
Well, I like to think we're very successful. We have 300,000 members across Canada, so we are able to put pressure on government to make those changes. And we recommend that you do write to your MPP in Ontario, the Minister of Health, and let him know that you would support this flu shot being available for all seniors in Canada. And go to our website at carp.ca, visit us, and perhaps join our organization so we could have a louder voice with more members.
Is this your current issue that you're working on?
It's one of many issues we're working on. The hydro prices are also a big issue for our members.
We just had a big chat about that.
Yeah, we don't have to go there, but that is also something that people are having to choose between heat and food
eat.
and heat and medicine.
Right. And if they're cold, then they're likely to get the flu.
Get the flu, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting that those are the two big issues that are facing certainly Ontarians right now. So are you calling for a national adult immunization strategy for other vaccines?
Yeah, there are a few ones that are available and not yet covered. That includes a pneumonia vaccine and the zoster vaccine for shingles. So those are two big issues that affect Canadians as we're aging. And we know that there are vaccines available that would prevent or in many cases reduce the effects of those viruses. And what's happening is Canadians don't think that they need the vaccines if the government isn't paying for them. That's our sense. When we hear the government is paying for something, we think we need it. But if they haven't paid for it, then maybe we don't need it.
Give us an idea of what the incidence is for seniors getting the flu as opposed to a younger demographic, because I don't think people understand just how serious the issue may be.
I don't believe that their incidences are higher, but the effects are much higher. And the power of the strains of vaccine, this H3N2, is particularly hard on seniors. So if you have a frailty, you have a reduced immune system, you compromised immune system, if you have other diseases such as COPD or other things that affect the respiratory tracts, the flu can be especially damaging. And whether it's going to lay you up for several months or debilitate you for the rest of your life or even kill you, those are the things that seniors face that other demographics wouldn't face when it comes to the flu.
Okay, so very quickly, have you contacted the government and what have they said to you?
We have contacted the government on this and the national strategy for adult immunization, and they say it's a budgeting issue. And we're hoping that they will understand and see the value in the decreased cost of healthcare that come with preventative medicine.
Okay, so how do people, I know you're on Facebook at CARP, CARP, and Twitter is at CARP Advocacy. And what's the website again?
The website is carp.ca.
All right, so people can go on. There's more information there. Join, sign up.
Sign up. There's ways to contact your MPP directly.
That's
we'll
convenient.
Find that for them, yes.
Yeah, that's nice of you. Make it easy.
Make it easy. Get your voice heard.
Well, Anthony Quinn, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure to be here. Thanks very much.
This is What She Said. Stay with us.